Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video we are discussing about with basic data handling method commands. So basic data handling commands in data engineering. So in this the objective of this video is mainly to understand how to load, explore, and manipulate the data in structured format, and to familiarize with basic operations for handling missing data, modifying column names, and combining data sets. So this is the agenda of this video, basic data handling commands. So let's look into the first task with task number one is first read the data from the CSV file. Read the data from the CSV file. Okay. So for this, first we have to use the command called as the pandas. So pandas, the library file is to be required here. We have to import pandas as PD. So for that, first we have to require pandas we had to install. So pip install pandas. Okay. Then we have to import the pandas. Import pandas as PD. So that is the we had to write with some basic command. So first I'll execute this part. Okay, so requirement is satisfied. Then I am using with one CSV file, sample file, that is ID, name, age. So 1 to 10 IDs and some names are given and age also. So this I have saved with in this folder. I'll copy this folder path and the file name called as the sample. Okay, let's look into the command. So here we will declare the data equals to pd dot read CSV. Open the brace. Within the double quotes, we'll write the path and slash sample dot CSV. And here we'll change this path to this one backslash and execute this one. So it is working. So this is the first command called as the read data from the CSV file. So the data is to be read the by using these commands. Then second thing is dimensions of the data. So dimension of the data called as mainly to get the number of rows and number of columns, that is by using shape. So let's look into that one. Print dimension of the data. Okay. Now we have to use data dot shape. So we'll get the dimensions. So that is how many rows and columns. So if you look into this file, 10 rows is available and 3 columns is there. So 10 comma 3, that is the dimension of the data. Next we'll display the data. So display data called as mainly top 5 rows we have to display by using head. So to display the first 5 rows by using head and total data. So total data called as print the entire data frame or use .info. So info called as that is the summary part. So first we'll look into print data dot head. Okay, so top 5 rows I am getting ID, name, age. Okay, same way I'll write as so print data. So print data called as complete all the rows is to be displayed 10 rows. Next to print data dot info. So that is the summary part. So summary called as mainly so class pandas and range index 10 entries 0 to 9 data columns, total 3 columns. So the 3 columns, the entire overview and this one. Okay, so this is the display data. Next thing is list the column names of a data frame. List the column names of a data frame. So here we'll use the dot columns to list all column names. So that is to print the all column names. So print here we require column names. Okay. So how we can print the column names? So data dot columns dot to list. So column names are this one: ID, name, age. Next, look into change the column names of a data frame. Change columns of a data frame. So here that is change the columns called as by using rename. One is, or to first method is to rename the columns or reassign. So reassign called as that is columns. So I'll write first method called as data dot rename columns equals to, here I will write in curly brace first old column name. So for example, old column name is ID and close colon. For example, I will give as ID1 and close comma second column name. So second column name, for example, we'll give like first this one is this curly brace is up to here. Entire thing. Old column name colon new column name, and second column name old column name 2. So for example, name old column and colon name 1 close, and comma third column name, third old column name. So example age colon age 1. Okay, so this is the way we have to change, and finally we'll write in place equals to true. Now I'm getting error called as incomplete input data dot rename of columns. Okay, so columns are read. Now if I execute now, copy and column list are, see, I'm getting the column names ID1, name 1, age 1. So this is the renaming. And another method is that is assign the new names directly. So instead of old column names, that is the method is data dot columns equals to, in this first we'll write the new column name. So ID11 comma name 11 comma age 11. Just for assigning the, I'll write here assign new names directly. Okay, so this one executed completed. Now if you execute this print, we'll get the column names are ID11, new name 11, age 11. So the names are changed. Okay, so here this is change the columns of a data frame. Next we'll look into display specific single column or multiple columns of a data frame. Write the comment display specific single column. Okay, first we'll look into single column. So print data of ID11 and close. So if I get ID11 called as the column, this one only single column. And next we'll look into multiple columns of a data frame. Display multiple columns of a data frame. So multiple columns are mainly print data ID11 comma name 11 and close. So the list will give you like this way. So if you like, if you see this one, ID11 and name 11. So multiple columns of a data frame. Next, we'll look into bind sets of rows of data frames. Bind sets of rows of data frames. So bind sets of rows of data frames is mainly concat. So we'll use the command called as the pd.concat with axis equals to 0, that is row wise. So let's see, look into this one. New data equals to pd.concat. Okay, so here I'll give as data. Okay, data. So right now we have only one data is there. Multiple multiple files we are not uploaded. So data only. So in this one, we'll use one step away. One moment. Insert row cell below. Here I will declare the columns called as data. So this is the sample data. I'll do one thing. Copy and paste sample one. Sample one with I will use as sample one. So here I will declare as data one. Okay, so this one fine. Now if I execute new data pd concat of data one. So data already same data is there, but I'm executing and again sample one file. So data data comma data one and close. So new data comma data one comma axis equals to 0 is closing to end. Okay, so does not match parenthesis. Mm. Okay, so now bind the sets of rows of data frames. So we'll check with the data. So if that is axis equals to 0, that is row wise. Okay, from column wise we had to check. So column wise new data equals to pd dot concat of data one comma, like data one is data only. So data one comma axis equals to 1 and close. Okay, so this is the bind sets of columns of a data frame. We'll write the comment here. Bind sets of columns of data frames. Okay, this one. Next, to check with the missing values, find missing values in the data set. So find the missing values. So missing values called as command we had to use is null or is na to check for missing values. So print data is null sum of. So this is count of missing values in each column. Okay, so ID 110, name 110, age 110. So how many columns are null? That is the count. Okay, so this is the find missing values in the data set. Next, look into some additional commands we had to check here. So additional commands called as mainly like delimiters. So if we use the delimiters, any other delimiters, so how we can do. So for example, practice reading CSV files with different delimiters. So different delimiters called as mainly when we are working with CSV files, delimiters can vary. Example, comma, pipe symbol, semicolon. So this we can deal as SCP parameter. So that is separators. So SCP parameter in pandas.read CSV files. So it allows you to specify the delimiter. So for example, reading the CSV files. So already we have imported, right? So file with comma default delimiter. Here we can add as file with comma. So that is default delimiter. Okay. So for this delimiter, we'll give as data underscore comma. So comma is that is comma separated files, CSV files. So data underscore comma equals to pd dot read CSV data underscore data underscore comma called as. So for example, we'll take as this file sample, and so here no need to specify any separator as default. So comma is default. Okay. So data underscore comma pd dot read CSV to read the file first. Okay. So this file is to be read completed. Next, print. So this is data with comma delimiter. Okay. And I will close. See, I'm getting the data with comma data delimiter. So if I print this one, print data underscore comma, I'm getting the output as same. This is the default file. So if I use this same thing with the pipe as separator, okay, here I will write as so comma separator equals to, I'll give pipe symbol. Okay, same thing only. Just we are changing with the only separator. I am changing how that is looking. So this one will give as so data underscore pipe. Here also I'll change same thing. So if you look into about data and this one comparison, so data with comma delimiter. Okay, but here I had to change this one also. Pipe delimiter. Data with pipe delimiter. This is the, and same thing we'll look into as semicolon. Okay, so here I will give as semicolon. For semicolon, I'll give semicolon delimiter. This one. This is the way we'll check with the data. And another optional here mainly example, filling the missing values or handle missing values. So missing values in a data set can be managed by filling them with default values or dropping rows or columns with missing data. So that is already we seen above is null. So fill NA with, but here above we are checking with only counter. So if any columns or rows missing values, like fill missing values with a specific value, for example 0. So 0 for numerical values, unknown for any strings. So how we can handle that one? Right here. So fill missing values with a specific value. Example 0 for numerical columns and unknown inheritance. Oh, here I'll write as unknown for strings. Unknown for strings. So here data underscore field is to data underscore comma fill NA. So I provided 0. So this 0 is called as mainly replace with replace NaN with 0. So this one we had to print. So print is mainly here data with missing values filled with numeric okay, this one, and finally we had to print data underscore filled. So this is data with missing values filled with numeric. So if any value is missing, that value we have to replace with what we say, replace with 0. Same thing we'll write as strings. So string called as how we'll write the string, data filled underscore str Here we'll write as unknown, and data filling values with string filled underscore str. So this is to replace the values with numeric values for 0, unknown values for string. So let's say, for example, dropping rows or columns with missing values. Okay, how we can do? So that is drop NA. So example, right? Dropping rows or columns with missing values. So dropping rows called as mainly first we have to drop rows with missing values. First one. So drop rows with missing values. So that is data underscore dropped rows equals to data underscore comma drop NA. So this is drop NA called as so to drop the values, and so drop rows with missing values by using drop NA. And we had to print this one. So direct I will write as print statement backslash n, so double quotes backslash n. So data after dropping rows with missing values, and print data underscore dropped rows. So this is we had to check for rows. And similar thing we'll write as for columns. So for columns equals to drop NA. Here we'll write the axis equals to 1. Okay, and here columns after dropping columns with missing values. Data frame object is not callable. Data frame object is not callable. Okay, yeah. So this is for columns we had to dropping. So for example, if we combine with two data sets with mismatched column names, okay. For example, I'll write the first comment: combine two data sets with mismatched column names. How we can deal this one? So this is mainly we can deal as so when merging data sets with mismatched column names, you can use pd.concat or pd.merge with specific alignment. So for example, here example data sets are data 1 equals to, I'll declare that I'm not using this data directly CSV file. For understanding purpose, here I'm writing with example data. So example data 1 equals to pd dot data frame. So for this, first I'll give as ID colon 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, then comma next is name colon, here we'll give as Alice comma Bob comma Charlie. Okay, so name. So next we'll close this one and read this part. So module Pandas has no attribute data frame. So data frame. Okay, this one fine. Similar way, same thing I'll write as data 2. Data 2 equals to pd dot data frame and user ID 4 comma 5, name David and Eve and close. Now here we'll close this one, also close. Here, comma. So data 2 is ready. So data 1 data is ready, data 2 is data ready. Now we have to align the columns. So that is align columns and combine row wise, that is remaining for alignment. Okay. So data 2 aligned equals to data 2 dot rename columns equals to user ID colon ID and close. So this is only for data alignment. After alignment, we have to combine the data. So that is combined data equals to pd dot concat data 1 comma data 2 aligned comma axis equals to 0 and ignore index equals to true. Up to this one, fine. Next, we have to print this one. So print is combined data row wise okay, combined data row wise. This is fine. Next, print combined columns, combined data, or else I'll copy this part. So print combined data. So if you look into this one, so this ID name, user ID name, all this is combined. So first Alice, Bob, Charlie is fine. Next to David and Eve. Same thing we have to write with as so combined columns. So that is combined column wise with mismatched alignment. Okay. So combined columns equals to pd dot concat of data 1 comma data 2 equals to sorry data 1 data 2 axis equals to 1. So combined closing the brace. Okay, this one fine. Now I will write as so combined columns. So print backslash n combined data. So this is column wise. Okay, column wise, so fine. Now we have to print combined columns. So combined columns. So if you check with this ID name, first 3 rows and user ID name. So 2 rows we are getting, and the third row we are getting NaN. Okay. So this is the combined 2 data sets with mismatched column names. So one way for row wise we are merging the data. Okay, this one row wise, and this column wise we are merging. So 2 ways. Next, yeah, I hope this one fine. Handling values we have deal. Yeah. So this is the complete what we said data handling commands. Okay, basic data handling commands. Thank you for watching. So next video we'll look into another concept. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.